All right, what's going on, guys? The Iceman here on a Thursday night. Wow, I took a couple days and went out to my sister's, had a great time. Actually, I really didn't want to leave, but I had to leave. But I could have stayed one more night, but um, I wanted to come home. I wanted to watch TNA Impact. I have a lot of things, that I'm trying to get together. The Yes Movement, trying to get Andre Corbeil's channel reinstated on YouTube. Jason Ruane also has a Facebook website that I had joined, and I'm trying to get members involved in that to reinstate Andre Corbeil. So there's a lot of things going on. But with that being said, we had TNA Impact tonight, and I had to make some notes because I was doing a lot of stuff while I was watching Impact. And I'll have to be honest with you, I really enjoyed Impact tonight. I thought it was a very solid show, right from the beginning, right to the end. There was a lot of good things that happened on that show, and like I said, I had to make some notes. Anyway, um, Eric Young did open the show, and they had like a little video package, and he basically said this is what he was here for. This is what he worked 10 years for in the wrestling business, and he's dreamed of this for like 17 years, and it was pretty decent. And Dixie Carter basically came out and she sort of praised him. And then she was talking about the beard, and she said she was like the inventor of the beard and whatnot. And it it was sort of funny because Eric told her that you're no longer in charge. MVP is now in charge, and Dixie tried to put Eric Young into his place, and it was sort of decent. Eric told her that she basically made him sick, and the funny part about it was Dixie was still, going along, playing along with Eric Young. Said she wanted to give him a makeover, and the funny part about that was what happened with Daniel Bryan after SummerSlam. Vince McMahon wanted to give Daniel Bryan a makeover. Remember, uh, Wade Barrett came out with the electric razors and was going to shave his beard and cut his hair, and it never worked out. But anyway, this sort of reminded me of that. And yeah, I know you WWE marks are going to say, oh, yep, here we go, another ripoff of the WWE. But you know something, like I've made in videos before, all wrestling promotions get ideas from all wrestling promotions. And, it's just part of the deal. And that's just how it goes. But anyway, um, Bully Ray came out and sort of interrupted Dixie and said that she was a disgrace. And he finally got her out of the ring by telling her, that's why we have tables out here. Last week you almost got thrown through a table. And she decided to leave the ring. And he praised Eric Young, saying that he doesn't do it very often, but um, he's happy that he's champion and he's one of the guys in TNA that he likes. So that was a pretty good segment by Bully Ray. So I pretty much like that. And then we had the knockout street fight. Angelina Love came out with Velvet Sky. Velvet was facing Madison Rain. A very short match, but a pretty good match. Angelina sort of like lending a hand and interfering and helping Velvet take down Madison Rain. Uh, I'll be honest with you. I honestly thought maybe Brittany would come out and give Madison Rain a hand. It didn't happen. But in any event, they had kendo sticks and whatnot. But Madison Rain did it all on her own, and she ended up pinning Velvet Sky to get the victory. And we all know that Angelina Love's going to face Madison Rain at Sacrifice, and that's probably where the title's going to change hands. So, that's usually what happens when, a knockout returns to TNA. Somehow, some way they get the belt back. I've seen it so many times in the past. So, but it wasn't a bad match. Um, Abyss came out and interrupted Eric Young after he was talking to Bully Ray and told Eric Young that he wanted a match and he wanted it tonight. Eric Young, being the guy that he is, agreed, but he wanted a Monsters ball match. We haven't seen one of those in a while. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is going to be great. So far the show was going, really, really good. And I just thought it was excellent. We saw our MVP come out. He was giving kudos to Eric Young, and he was talking about the absence of Samoa Joe, and he told Joe, we've known each other since the indie days, and you're not here. You need to talk to me. You have this phone number and whatnot. You need to talk to me. And all of a sudden, Austin Aries music hit. And I couldn't believe that. Austin Aries, we haven't seen him in 6 weeks since lockdown. And Aries was making it a point that he wasn't on TV, and he's trying to make it sound like because of what he did prior to lockdown and at lockdown, the MVP kept him off TV. And MVP said, you want a match, basically, let's do it now. And Aries agreed to do a match, but he said, not now, next week. So that looks to be halfway decent. Austin Aries and MVP. Looking forward to seeing that, guys. So far the show just moved along pretty good. Then we had Zima Ion come out, and he was introducing the Bromans, who are going to have a title match with the Wolves. Pretty good match as it went along. Eddie Edwards was really putting it to both Goddard and Robbie E. And it was getting to the point, it looked like the Wolves were going to win. They were just right in that position, but Ion came out, win an object, and nailed one of the Wolves. And of course, a DQ happened. And, one way not to lose the titles is to get DQ'd. And that's basically what happened. So the Bromans still have the TNA World Tag Team titles. And it probably is only going to go till Sacrifice, because I see them probably losing then. So pretty happy with that. And then we saw EC3 come out with Rockstar Spud. This was a handicap match going up against Willow. Jeff Hardy plays a really psycho character with Willow. I sort of like it. It's just sort of funny how, they try to make it sound like it's, they don't know it's Jeff Hardy. But Taz sort of gives that away because he talks about Jeff Hardy actually being Willow. This was actually a pretty good match. But, you sort of knew that Jeff Hardy, a.k.a. Willow, wasn't going to lose this match. And he ended up getting the win. But then Ethan Carter went and started beating down on Jeff Hardy, which I thought was, really, really cool. And all of a sudden you heard Kurt Angle's music hit. And Angle came out. And it was like, I didn't know Angle was back yet. And it was great. Angle cut a promo, basically telling Ethan Carter III that, we're going to have a match. He didn't say it Sacrifice, but I'm sure that's where it's going to be. And Angle basically came out and said he ain't going to be satisfied until he sees Carter in a body bag. Now, I still say I would love to see Ethan Carter III turn face, go against Dixie. It would make a great storyline. I think EC3 can become a major, major star in TNA if it's done the right way, but he's got to be face. But everybody, it was great. It was great to see Kurt Angle, and I was really, really happy to see that. So, okay. Match number 2 of Tigre Uno versus Sonata in the best of 3 series. Sonata won the first one. Kenny King came out. He went up to ringside to the announce booth, and he was there while the match was going on. I didn't see Sonata getting this win just for the fact I don't think they were going to just go 2 matches and have him take it. So I had a feeling there would be a rubber match, and Tigre Uno did end up winning the match to set up for the 3rd match. So, not a bad match. I mean, these 2 guys are, really, really good. But, all in all, thus far, this show, I mean, this is one of the first nights that we've seen a lot of wrestling on TNA and less segments. And that's what TNA needs to do, and they did a good job of that thus far. So I was really, really pleased with that. Now, Bobby Roode had an open challenge. everybody other than Bully Ray in a tables match. Who comes out is Gunner. I was ecstatic. I love Gunner. Um, you know, I thought Gunner should have been involved in the title picture just the last couple weeks. He did have his match against Magnus, but obviously James Storms interfered and destroyed that for him. But he and Bobby Roode had a really good match, though it was short. And Roode's got to understand, you don't bang Gunner's head into the apron, the ring apron where the turnbuckle is, because it just doesn't phase Gunner. And Gunner was getting the momentum. Um, I think he was almost set to take out Bobby Roode, throw him through the table. Who comes out? James Storm interferes, distracts Gunner. Roode gets him, boom, through the table. Now, the beatdown wasn't over. You still had Storm in there. You still had Roode. Although we all know that Roode and Storm, beer money, tag team champions a number of times. But Bully Ray came out and sort of, helped out Gunner, got everybody away from all this. And it was great. It was great. Like I said, so far, the show was very, very solid. And then we come to the main event. Eric Young, the champion, TNA World Heavyweight Champion, against Abyss in a Monsters Ball match. Now, one would think no chance for Eric Young, but this match, though about 15 minutes or near about, was pretty darn good. Uh, they had garbage cans and whatnot, both going after each other. It got a little eerie when Janice came out and Abyss went to nail Eric Young. He ducked out of the way. Janice got stuck into the turnbuckle padding, couldn't get it out. Eric Young got him out of the way. Eric Young then got Janice and was going to nail Abyss. Referee Hebner, wanted to get rid of Janice, and you know, Abyss attacked Eric Young. He dropped Janice. Hebner got the stick with the nails, which is Janice, tossed it out of the ring. But Abyss, known for his tacks, got tacks all over the ring, slammed Eric Young, and he had tacks all over his back. He was quivering, and one would have thought this was the end, and it was going to be a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion with Abyss. It wasn't to be. Eric Young dug deep, got out of it. Abyss goes outside the apron, underneath the ring, pulls out the barbed wire board, throws it in the ring, getting ready to slam Eric Young into the barbed wire board. Eric Young ducked out of that, ended up throwing Abyss down onto the board, and then going up to the ring, top of the ropes, leaping on Abyss, nails him, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Eric Young retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Excellent show tonight. I don't care what anybody says. I enjoyed it through thick and thin from beginning to end. It was awesome. And this is what we want to see. This is what it's all about, guys. It's all about wrestling. We're going to have Global Force Wrestling coming. Ring of Honor. I mean, it's going to start doing, big pay-per-views. And we got the WWE along with TNA. This is what it's all about. And it hasn't been like this in a very, very long time. So anyhow, in the description box, there is going to be a link to a Facebook page. It's about a membership to reinstate Andre CORBEIL. Go to Wrestling News Talk. There's links there to sign the petition. I believe there was like 140, I think, the last I checked. It's going to happen. I really do think it's going to happen. I think it's sort of funny because you think things are out of your control, but with all the support of everybody, things do happen. Changes can be made. Um, and with the channel of Andre Corbeil, you know, I've watched his videos for a very, very long time, and I never saw him do anything wrong. All he wanted to do was inform people about wrestling. He put on a great show. The Can-Am Wrestling Show on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Don't miss it on the Andre Corbeil 2 channel. Check it out. Um, I'll have a link before Saturday night uh, in case you can't find it. But yeah, him and Big Ray, they usually have their top fives or top tens or their worst five or their worst tens of whatever category they do, and it's great. So check them out. Um, and yeah, it's it's been a great day. It's been a great day. Out at my sister's house, out with the kids, come home, watch TNA. A lot of stuff going on Facebook. Um, you can go to the Jeffrey Rose Facebook page. You'll see probably a link on my page for the membership to join the reinstate. Can't even pronounce it. It's getting late. To reinstate Andre Corbeil's original channel. Um, so it'll show you how you can join, become a member, and whatnot. So it's what it's all about, guys. Everybody banding together, and uniting as one, because we're all here for the one thing that Andre Corbeil always says, and that's wrestling. And I totally agree with him. And it'd be a farce if his channel does not get reinstated, because there was no reason for it to go down in the first place. There was really no reason whatsoever. So again, go to Wrestling News Talk on Facebook, sign the petition, go to my Facebook page. You'll see the link for the membership. Let's do it. And in the meantime, go to the Andre Corbeil 2 channel on YouTube. Subscribe. Let's get that channel going. Let's get it flourishing. The last I knew it was like 580 something subs. He had 7,400 plus when his channel went down. So in the meantime, until we do get his channel back here on YouTube, let's get that other channel flourishing. Because I don't care what anybody says, he's one of the best YouTubers in the world of professional wrestling here on YouTube. And that's a fact. This is the Iceman. Peace out, everybody. Have a great Thursday night, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a great night.